artist once told me that he created a series of works for which the theme was a combination of gluttony, lust, and materialism/mischief. Things of that nature. Within this series, he utilized lamb bones, multiple for that matter. Specifically those which came within the shoulder slabs on which he dined on different occasions with his family. He used these bones as scopes to place onto the eyes of the characters within this series of works. This indicated the perspectives that they'd carry going forward. Perspectives characteristic of and influenced by the flesh, being that consumption of said lamb meat required it to be separated or stripped from the bones in the first place. This description really only illustrates one element of the range of sinful engagements mentioned before. That element is lust. Yet, it introduces us to a story that projects all of the above. We'll call it G.L.A.M, an acronym to save time presenting the topic. Now, a fight does ensue against the cyclical poison in which it engages us. Good morning.
I've spoken to you about somewhat of a delivery. I'm aware that it was vague, but that was intentional. There are a few parts. Use this to your advantage, to kill the evil with a peaceful melody. It commands respect. And these, dispose of these wisely. Why don't you just do it? You doing so will carry the needed meaning.
One's attributes and the measure of such, in terms of the mind, in terms of the moral compass, a simple portrayal of an individual, actual or fictional. Either paraphrased definition can be applied in environments in which influence causes, requires, or pressures them to adapt or entirely alter.
Character replacements show the prevalence in situations where convenient. He'll switch demeanors with ingenious personality. Pity changes, time arrives, and pity reigns supreme and serves appropriate playing as altruistic. A simple twisted component of mischief, seductiveness displayed by the diamonds. His dame exposed him with sadistic indirectness of tendencies as an indirect result due to his mistress, and her love for glamour treated with consequence. A consequence of conflict in events and circumstances. Those who claim to contain consciousness won't partake in proposing or grace the single finger symbolizing salmon variations. Vows exchange conveyed by the silver band on the left side to grace a jewelry box or bedside. Genocide graces clavicles, blood embraces fingers wrapped encrusted in scabbings in exchange for spousal pet names. Exchanging death of those and minds to clothe in diamonds till doing part on their death days. Proverbial x-rays expose their inner souls as broken, which long for trinkets, indulge in precious tokens, and long for things which divulge in ingesting focus lost through weakness to resist simple vices like creams and icings like this. In double digits to up the clicks for my feed's appeal. Appeal preceding stuffing my face with this extra feed is real. Competes with parallels or levels which reside on the next to tiers of egregiousness, gorging selves with egregious meals. navigate terrains or blades of craftsmen. Masters grass don't pass an opportune moment to see trinkets and gash. Whether misfit of a mistress with seductive ways to gas, or paid in full regal who's that suspicious. Post incarceration, you'll see infiltration of your inner circle. Personally, I question it and protect my riches before the sinister they inflate becomes imminent. I interface with it and serpents leave me with fish. What do they do? Perpetrate as if to hold the greatest interest as the right-hand man, only to sway through and scope the premises, enact the role of the opposite of nemesis, then alter, only to slay you for the shimmer and carrots. A result of taunting with the shimmering carrot. Ultimately destruction of self for the AU. As said in one of the commandments, worship no other gods, no idol gods, for I am the jealous God. If golden calves, pieces with Egyptian features and Jesus pieces gracing our appearances, lacing our tees and giving us the illusion to enhance our being, to mask our internal massacres and mental and emotional catastrophes is an issue, then what are we? Maybe ruined, maybe doomed, maybe ruined, maybe doomed, doomed for the AU. Up off the bone and used it as a sculptor. Set precedents for future fleshful intentions. Love for the dope, nefarious arrays and issues. Love for the swishers and blue moon payments, the pushers, the scaffold recreation. Covered successfully with success on the surface. Excessive breaths of the herb and the swigs of bourbon. Fists to the burning brown that'll earn its profits from influenced urban. Keeps agendas of supremacists. Discussions differ when it comes to supremacy. The subject in this instance, underlying explosions concealed by crowns and circles, curses caused by cyclical practice and habits that worsen. Vice merchants were cabbages splurged in furthest. Picture us standing with diamonds on us as we twitch and scratch our chests cause we branded with mind-transforming labels printed off the backs of cigarette packs they manufacture, then have the nerve to turn around and call us ratchet facts.
People do the ugliest things.
There's no time to rest or to reconsider.
Often running from my own shortcomings, urges beyond the surface aboard the support, pumping through the veins, maintain, overcome, overcame, an everyday thing to break free from these chains, anointed, self-appointed from these struggles, taking claim, taking claim, taking claim, taking claim, taking claim.
Lessons pocket steady burrowly, coupled with needs for the braggadociousness over me, it's no churros. Lest I merge it with them healing stones and never diamonds, but peel the epidermis, I'm healed upon the surface. Contradiction with varicose vein containing feet attached to legs that guide a body guided by intentions less assertive. Observant devices and weak to urges, thus less assured in my purpose, liable to splurge on bullshit to fill in earth. void necessitates the vices and formats incarnated in different places for lesser prices. Paid in instances of illicit and illegitimate, illegal and legal poisons I get imprisoned with. Maybe conversing with persons may simulate castration. Maybe a cure or curtailment consists of caffeination. Perhaps a lapse of a half a span or a range of days and subsequent crashes to scratch within a fix for oral fixation. Oral fixation, oral fixation, oral fixation, oral fixation.
Often running from my own shortcomings, urges beyond the surface aboard the support, pumping through the veins, maintain, overcome, overcame, an everyday thing to break free from these chains, anointed, self-appointed from these struggles, taking claim, taking claim, taking claim, taking claim, taking claim. Often running from my own shortcomings, urges beyond the surface aboard the support, pumping through the veins, maintain, overcome, overcame, an everyday thing to break free from these chains, anointed, self-appointed from these struggles, taking claim, taking claim, taking claim, taking claim, taking claim.
In my splendor, I veil endeavors to floor my recklessness set and embedded in tendencies as a human moving through the maneuvers of life, and I'm ruining ethics, removing methods of living true, using to advantage, useful routines to do good by those who move to lessen methods newly used by you once the jade the rules who removes your ethics. The cycle sinister makes ministers necessary on a basis needed. These horrifying scenes will approach us, venom will choke us or croak us, drowning in states of bleeding. Melons get blown to bits when we faithless. It takes a snake to make us claim Jesus. On days such mayhem tries to claim our people. Some say Jesus, others remain in states believing sequence is key to lead your state to its safest being. Universe proceeding, taking of heed the treatment other beings see from your presence and aura that you beam with. No digression needed, the statement made or intended. What we rep excludes a deity, higher powers which exist at least until we need them when we interface with said apocalyptic Eve.